Yo, what is going on, guys? Okay, so today we're going to be talking about something extremely helpful, extremely beneficial, my ADHD productivity hack. So, yes, I have ADHD. I was diagnosed with it. I feel like everybody and their mama has ADHD now. No, I was actually diagnosed with ADHD. So, how to be so productive that it's literally illegal. That's what we're going to be talking about. Now, I used to actually be prescribed Vyvanse pills when I was a kid since literally first grade till like 7th grade, G. Vyvanse is basically a form of Adderall, if you do not know. I am also a drug addict. So I used to do a bunch of Xanax. I used to do a bunch of weed. I used to drink a bunch of alcohol. So yeah, if this is working for me, it's most certainly going to work for you. Let's get in tune with it. Okay, so how to be so productive that it's literally illegal. Now, when it comes down to starting your day is always going to start the night before. You need to set your day up the night before. Okay? Now, how you do that? Well, you're going to download on your phone and your laptop, if you have one, is going to be Google Calendar. Okay? None of that Apple Calendar bullshit. You can sync this to the Apple Calendar. You're going to get Google Calendar. Okay? The reason why this is so effective is because this, bro, you can literally set anything up. Okay? You can set up your morning routine. You can set up what you need to get done in the day. This right here is your blueprint for success. The night before, what you're going to do is you're going to go on your Google Calendar and you're going to set up what you need to get done the next day. Get ready for the next day, okay? Now, you need to have a nighttime routine, basically. That's what I'm saying, right? You need to have a nighttime routine where you sit down, you set up for the day, and then you have a wind down phase. Okay? For example, my wind down phase is I drink a sleepy tea, and then I also have a setting on my phone where, watch this. It's red now. Okay? See, the blue light is what keeps our brain awake. And that's what makes it so difficult to sleep. You ever notice how at nighttime you'll be endlessly scrolling and shit? And then you're tired, but you don't want to go to sleep? That's because of the blue light, G. So this is a setting you could do on your phone. See that? Fire, right? So yeah, you need to have a nighttime routine, a wind down phase. Set your day up on Google Calendar in the night. You wake up, boom. Have a consistent wake up time. You need to have a consistent wake-up time. I don't give a shit. Because you having a consistent wake-up time, what it does to your brain mentally is it gets it ready for consistency throughout the day. Let me explain. When you wake up consistently at the same time, your brain is going to get used to sleeping at the same time. Right? I recommend going to sleep the same time every single day and waking up at the same time every single day. So your brain knows when to go to sleep and when to wake up. Now, when you wake up in the morning, you're going to set up your morning routine in here. Okay? Now, the protocol that I have my clients on is called the 5-4-5 method. I'm on the 5-4-5 method. So it's essentially 5 goals, a 4-step morning routine, and 5 tasks to get done throughout the day. Okay? Now, your 4-step morning routine. For example, my 7-step morning routine now, it was a 4-step, but now it's a 7-step. I'm actually looking at it right here. It's on my whiteboard, right? My 7-step morning routine is I drink 32 ounces of water, make my coffee, read my Bible, I pray, I meditate, and then I do 100 push-ups. I don't drink any coffee. This takes me about 30 minutes. Okay? Why you need to have a morning routine, bro? is because your thoughts in the morning are the most important thoughts. What you think in the morning is going to set the tone for the rest of the day. You having a consistent wake up time, a consistent morning routine, what it's going to do to your mindset, it's going to build confidence because you're keeping promises to yourself. Bro, you think I want to do 100 push-ups, G? You think I want to do 100 push-ups every freaking morning? Absolutely not. But I do it because it builds that discipline muscle in my brain. You see, there's a part of your brain called the AMCC, the anterior mid-cingulate cortex. Yes, anterior mid-cingulate cortex. Now, that part of the brain will only grow when you do things that you don't want to do, but you have to get them done, regardless. Okay? This is your discipline muscle, my brother. All right? So, yes, you need to have a morning routine to start your day. All right? You can essentially create the morning routine to whatever you feel works best for you. Now, you need to have a couple of things in your morning routine that have to be a non-negotiable, okay? What you need to do is you need to have at least one hard thing in your morning routine. You have to. You have to have one hard thing in your morning routine that you do every single day, because that's going to prime your mind for just straight discipline, right? Remember, we're working on being extremely productive. For example, my hard thing is my 100 push-ups. Your hard thing can be a cold shower. Your hard thing can be going for a run, you know? Your hard thing can be whatever. The reason why you want to have a hard thing is because it primes your mind to be in the disciplined state for the rest of the day. You're going to notice it's going to be a lot easier to do things that you don't want to do because you have that one hard thing you do every single day. So yeah, set up your morning routine based on how you like it in Google Calendar, okay? So that's the morning routine. Now, how do you structure your day? Well, here's the thing. You need to eat the frog, all right? What eat the frog essentially means is you need to get the hardest task done throughout the day. Now, the reason why you want to do this is because there's something in our brain called decision fatigue. This is a real phenomenon. Decision fatigue. This is also why it's so important to have the morning routine. What decision fatigue is essentially, it's going to be, if you make a bunch of decisions in the morning, bro, if you go on your phone, you start scrolling, you start releasing all this dopamine, doing all this extra shit, what's going to happen in your brain is the amount of decisions that you make, it's going to be a lot more difficult to make better decisions throughout the day. This is why you give into willpower super easily. That's why your willpower is super weak. This is literally true. So you need to eat the frog. Do the hardest freaking task first, bro. For example, my hardest task was to make this video. Right now it's, what time? It's 6:22. Right? My hardest task was to make this video because I have to actually think about what I'm going to say to you guys so I can help you guys become productive. This is me eating the frog, right? Then I'm going to service my clients, okay? Yes. So, eat the frog. Now, after we eat the frog, what you're going to do is you're going to go work out. Get your ass in the gym, bro. Release them endorphins, okay? Working out is what saved me from being an addict, truly. Because when you work out, you're putting yourself through pain and you're delaying gratification. Now, here's the thing. I don't know if y'all noticed the pattern, but it's usually the things that feel good for us in the moment that are bad for us in the long term. And it's also usually the things that feel freaking terrible in the moment that are good for us long term. So we got to fall in love with becoming. So we need to fall in love with delaying gratification. That's another thing that we need to do to become extremely productive. Fall in love with delaying gratification. Okay, go work out. Prime your mind. Blood oxidation. This is going to build confidence, right? Another thing about being extremely productive, you need to have confidence. Now, when it comes down to having confidence, a lot of people will interpretate confidence with external things. For example, how many chicks I bang, how many nice cars I have, my really good job, my physique. Yeah, that's cool. That doesn't give you confidence, bro. What gives you confidence is keeping the promises that you say to yourself. Keeping the promises that you say to yourself. You being consistent with the gym. You being consistent with the morning routine. This is going to build confidence within you. Because when you make promises to yourself and you do the things you say you do, and you do the things you say you do regardless of how you feel, you're going to end up respecting yourself, bro. And you're going to have confidence within your abilities to do things. All right? So go to the gym right after your morning routine, right after you eat the frog. Okay? Now, when it comes down to the morning, let's go back to the morning. You need to start your day off with 32 ounces of water, right? You remember how I said 32 ounces of water? Start your day off with 32 ounces of water. I don't give a shit. But not just water. You need to have an electrolyte packet or sprinkle some salt in there because your brain is dehydrated in the morning. Even if you don't feel like you're thirsty, you need to understand that you are dehydrated. When we breathe in our sleep, okay, that's us dehydrating ourselves. So you wake up extremely dehydrated. Salt packet or salt and water in the morning. That's going to prime your mind to have good thoughts, and you're going to be able to think a lot more clearly. So that's another thing. That's what you need to do as well, especially. Okay? As your day goes on, make sure you don't get distracted, bro. Have everything ordered. That's why we use the Google Calendar, right? Because once you start drifting, what drifting means is essentially there's white space, right? You get bored. You don't want to get bored, bro. You always have to be like this. Whether it's you go to work, whether it's you start working on your business, whether it's you working out, you need to always have structure. Bro, look at my Google Calendar, G. I have ADHD. I have an addictive personality, bro, okay? I cannot live my day with white space. I cannot. It is literally impossible for me because I will probably start doing drugs again. I'll want to go out and drink. I will want to go jerk off. Like, literally, I can't. This is why this is so important, okay? The devil loves white space. White space is the devil's playground, okay? Then, once you have your day set up, you scheduled everything in, you did what you needed to do, you ate the frog, you got your workout in, you hit your calories, you tracked everything that you need to do in Google Calendar, it's nighttime. Set up your nighttime routine again. Repeat, right? Have your wind down phase. This is going to cause you to first shift your mindset to a productive mindset. You're going to want to do things that you would never have thought you'd wanted to do before, like go on a walk, read books, right? Dude, I used to do Xanax and drink every single day, G. I used to pop so much Xanax and drink alcohol until I threw up. Now I like to read. What? Yes. You can shift that in your brain. Shift your paradigm. You see, the identity that you built, being lazy, being out of shape, being unmotivated, being undisciplined. Stop identifying with these things and understand that you can change it with becoming extremely productive. All right? Guys, again, my 5-4-5 method is what brought me here, and this is exactly what I give my clients so they could become the 2.0 versions of themselves. So if you feel like you took something away from this video, please like and subscribe. And if you want to book a call with me, the Calendly link is going to be in the description below so we can see if I could potentially help you. Or if you want to follow my Instagram, send me a DM on Instagram. My Instagram is also going to be in the description. I love you. God loves you too. Woo! Go get productive, baby.